All right, what's up, everybody? Live in the booth. Hey, 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 hey. And today we're going to be talking all about Mercury in astrology. And so first, let's just hop right into it. So the type of astrology that I do, the type of astrology that I care about is the astrology that's getting more into you. The astrology that's letting you know more about the intricate workings of your psychology, and just how you think, why you think the way that you do. There are all different types of astrology out there, and so I definitely suggest that you seek the people who are on your frequency, who are on your vibe, okay? Who are going to give you the information that you want and about yourself, which I think that it's a tool to know thyself. And once you know thyself, you know thy strengths, you know thy perceived weaknesses, which in my philosophy, your weaknesses are really, they're just strengths waiting on you to dig a little bit deeper. Just like Chiron in astrology, it's the wounded healer. So it's your deepest wound, but if you go through that wound and you actually like go through the process of healing it and changing it, it becomes your foundation. It becomes like something that you can help others to heal through as well. So everything has two sides. Everything has duality, right? So then we're just, jumping in and seeing, where we may have thought something was bad, and then how it can be positive. What I'm doing to you right now, my talking, my rambling, it's my Mercury, okay? It's my Mercury. It's your Mercury when you're talking, when you're thinking, how your thoughts come into you. And they're quick thoughts. You know how like you meet people who they have like very quick thoughts, and they talk really fast. They say things that are kind of like, they don't, like, you meet people and they say, oh, well, you don't really think before you talk, huh? That would be that person's Mercury sign. Or if someone really doesn't talk really much at all. If they, when they do talk, it's slow and it's calculated and it's rhythmic, and it's not just impulsive, then that will be that person's Mercury sign. So our Mercury sign is the way we think, it's the way we talk, it's how we persuade, it's kind of how we express our like self. It's how you express yourself, because it's so close to the sun, and it moves so fast. The Mercury planet moves so fast, and so it's getting like those downloads from your heart. So Mercury is also like a planet that can be like seen to like communicate like things that are from the heart, things that are from a space of from yourself, because the sun is like your most purest form of yourself, and that's why we always identify with our sun sign. And as we get older, we grow more into our sun sign, and we grow more into the energy of our sun signs. And it's our it's how we It's how we self-actualize. So your sun, your personality, is how all the pieces of your soul, all the pieces of your like soul that have come in this life and that life, if you believe in reincarnation, I do, we do here on this channel. We believe in reincarnation. We believe that our souls were here before, they were there before. And then so how your sun expresses itself is how all of those fractals of your being are coming together to express themselves through this energy, this life. It's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. So Mercury. So first we're going to start off with Mercury and Aries. Okay, so what is Aries? Aries is cardinal fire. It's like that beginning spark, like the blue flame of fire that's soaking hot, that you don't even want to touch it because you can scald your hand and your skin will probably peel. It's that hot. It's that fire. And that's what we're talking about when we're talking about Aries. Fire is also like, it's said to be like the first thing like that came out of the dark. So it was just completely dark, and then whoosh, there was Aries. That instinct, that initiation into life, and how we initiate ourselves into life. And so that's why Aries, that energy, it don't really think. It's just instinct. It's just an instinctual energy on how to behave, how to act, how to be in that moment. And so when you bring Mercury, which is how we think, how we communicate, how we talk, and you bring it into Aries, people who have Mercury in Aries are people who probably get into it with a lot of fucking people. Okay? They probably are always like fighting, having confrontations, always their way of expressing themselves. This is like the lower side, I would say. But their way of expressing themselves is like arguing. It is like, oh, I know what I'm talking about. You follow me. I'm the leader. You're going to get your ass beat. That type of shit. If they get upset or if they get mad. Anybody that has Mercury and Aries, I guarantee that they're a person like that Drake song that goes from 0 to 100 real quick. And you be sitting like, what? Like, nigga, is you good? Like, are you okay? And also, they can get a lot of headaches. These people could get a lot of headaches because Mercury, like I said, it's like your thoughts. So, of course, we think that our thoughts come from our head. And then sometimes, when we're like thinking a whole lot or stuff like that, like you will literally get a headache. And so with you having Aries, Mercury and Aries, like this is a perfect reason why you will get a lot of headaches when you start being with that rah-rah shit and you thinking about a whole lot of things, and like you're thinking about like maybe war tactics or some shit, or how to, the art of war or whatever. Like you could get a lot of heat just, in this space of your head where, we automatically think that our thoughts are coming from. But I kind of feel like your thoughts are just kind of like a full body thing, just like your heart is kind of like a full body thing. Like you can feel when you're like in love, feel it from a deep space. Just like you can, like think your way into some other shit. But anyway, so Mercury and Aries, you're definitely an impulsive thinker. You're definitely someone who probably doesn't think too much before they speak. This is how we persuade. This is how we kind of, like get our way as well. So you may have been a person, like a kid who cried, so that they could get their way, who got mad and started hitting shit and, acting a damn fool so they could, get their way. Also, Mercury and Aries, I would think that these people move very swiftly, like in their thoughts, like in what they're saying. They probably talk really fast. These are people who are actually very probably great speakers because they're very dynamic and they're going to get your attention and they're going to be very leadership driven. So these could be people who are in the community who are letting us know the plan and which way that we need to go, because they're instinctually telling us, hey, we don't need to go down this street and turn left, we need to turn right, because that's just what my instinct is telling us. And either you gonna follow me or you ain't gonna follow me, because if you ain't gonna follow me, then we probably gonna get in some trouble. We probably gonna be in some shit. That's the energy of Aries. It's very quick and it's very instinctual. Okay? Moving on. So we're moving on to the Mercury and Taurus. So complete kind of like polar, like not opposites, but just like completely different. Like these people are completely different than Mercury and Aries, because Taurus is a grounded energy. Taurus already they've been moving fast and shit, and they like, you know what? I'm not moving fast. I'm gonna think this through, and I'm gonna think this slow, so I can make sure that it's actually valuable to the people who I'm about to talk to. I need to make sure that my thoughts and the things that I say are actually concrete and they make sense. I have my bullet points together, or I have like everything together that I'm gonna say before I just start talking to people. I'm not just gonna start talking to you and you don't know, like you can't even understand what I'm saying because I'm moving all over the place. I want my things to be together so that they can bring value to your life. I want what I'm saying to you to be understood, to be comprehended, and I want it to be something that can stick with you for a long time. Okay? I want to talk to you about stability. I want to talk to you about structure. I want to talk to you about the things in life that are going to get us that security that we want. They're going to get us this is how they're going to be talking to you. They're going to slow it down and they're going to make it simple. They're going to slow it down. They're going to make it simple. Their thoughts could be, simple, but not simple in the fact that they're stupid. Simple in the fact where simple is best. These are going to be people who definitely probably think about their possessions a lot. These are going to be people who probably talk about their possessions a lot. They care a lot about, what kind of maybe what their possession looks like and how it makes them think about themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't hop in a regular car with a Mercury and Taurus for too long because you're going to be like, damn, like, I'm thinking a certain way about myself based on my Taurus-y ass thoughts and my Taurus-y ass values. Like, they like nice shit. Like, they like to taste good food. They like, all the aesthetically pleasing things in life because they're ruled by Venus. So Mercury is here, and this is how you talk. This is how you communicate. So you want to talk about nice luxury things, and you don't want to get into a hoopty. Not for a long time. You're going to be talking about how you can get out of that hoopty and get into something that you value. Get into something that's beautiful to you and appeasing to your senses. Your Mercury and Taurus, you're going to talk slow. You're going to be meaningful when you talk. And when you talk, you want to give people minerals. You want to give people the substance in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why you're here, to give people that substance through your talks, through how you think, through how you are communicating, and through what you're communicating about. So a Mercury and Taurus could like to talk about food. They could like to talk about money. They could like to talk about herbs. They could like to talk about minerals. They could like to talk about things that are, outside, outside literally, like the earth. They could always be wanting to ground, or they could just be really grounded in their conversation. It's not really flighty, which brings me to Mercury and Gemini. If you have a Mercury and Gemini, you're definitely flighty as fuck. Which is a great thing because Gemini doesn't have time to be grounded and shit. It already knows that. I'm exploring the good and the bad of life. I'm exploring the duality. And I'm speaking straight off the dome. I don't have time to go through this, is it going to be valuable to you? It should be valuable to you. This is what, this is what Mercury and Gemini is thinking. They're like, it should be fucking valuable to you. I've learned this shit, and I researched it, and now I'm telling you, so, hey, do what it is that you want to do with it, but I'm telling you, hey, this is what it is, because Gemini is research. Gemini learns things. Gemini is learning all day. They're learning from people around them. They're learning from things that they read. They're learning literally from their environment completely. So when you're talking to a Mercury and Gemini, this person could be kind of gossipy, or could be just telling you about, stuff that they've seen in their everyday life. Girl, do you know this was a lady that was down the street from me and she was doing A, B, and C? Boom. They want to tell you, all the things that they've learned from their dad. If you have a Mercury and Gemini kid, this kid is going to be talking your fucking head off. You're going to be like, baby, come here. Have a seat, baby. Rest. Rest their mind. Rest their mouth. Because they're going to be going, and go, and go. You know, but these are very, very smart people. Very, very smart. Very intelligent. And what I mean by smart and intelligent, they can pick up things very quickly. They can retain information very quickly until they don't want to retain it anymore. And these are people that are probably going to breeze through school if they can stay focused long enough to breeze through school. These are going to be your spokespeople. You know, if you have some type of group or something like that, Mercury and Gemini, you know, they could be your spokesperson. They could be your person that goes to stand up in front of the CEO of the company, tell them why, you know, this is this, and they're going to do it quickly, they're going to do it efficiently, and they're going to answer all the questions that anybody has. They're going to make sure that everything is like that, you know, because Gemini wants you to learn. Gemini wants you to, they want you to think, because they've given you so much information, so now you're going to think, and then they're going to ask you the questions, and they're going to probably do it pretty fast. And they're going to be kind of flighty with the information. When I say flighty, I mean they're like at this topic, then this topic, then this topic, then this topic. Okay, and they're gonna bring it all in together so you can get, you know, exactly what it is that you need to get from it. So Mercury, so we did Gemini. So Mercury in Cancer. Mercury in Cancer is gonna be like, baby, how you feeling today? How was your day? What do you need to eat? Do you need to? Can I comfort you in any type of way? You know, what is it that you need, baby? What is it that you need? These people are going to be thinking about how to nurture people, going to be talking about how to nurture people, going to be always wanting you to just be in a space of that you're feeling okay, that you're feeling good, that you're feeling nurtured, that you're feeling cared for, that you're feeling seen, that you're feeling safe in who it is that you are and in their conversation. These are going to be people that in the group, they're trying to think about how to make everybody feel comfortable at work, how to make everybody feel comfortable in this project, how to make everybody feel like they are being seen and being nurtured. And that is their superpower in the group, because they're trying to make sure that everybody else gets seen and nurtured, and everybody is, you know, I hate that when my deodorant does that. Okay, there we go. Okay. So they want to make sure that everybody is nurtured. Everybody is feeling good. Everybody's in a good space. Are you feeling at home? Do we need to call in masseuse? What do we need to do in order for you to feel nurtured emotionally? In order for you to feel good, what do we need to do? And these people maybe just in their talk, they might not even ask you what they need to do to make you feel good. You just may start coming to them and telling them what you need to make you feel good. And you're like, why do I keep going to this person and telling them, you know, about my shit that's going on with me emotionally? Like, why do I keep talking to this person about that? And why do they say the perfect shit? This is weird. And this person may be a Mercury in Cancer, because they're speaking very nurture. They know how to nurture through their speaking. They know how to nurture through their communication. They know how to nurture through their mindset and how their mind is moving and how their thoughts are coming in. So they're, and then it's intuitive anyway, because Mercury is intuitive, even though people don't really talk about Mercury being intuitive, but Mercury is definitely intuitive because it's moving too fucking quick not to be. It's just boop, 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 your thoughts. So where are these sources of thoughts coming from? They're coming from spirit. They're coming from they're coming from the same place that a lot of times the things that our heart come from. But that's another like philosophy, like in another thing you like talk about another way day. Okay, moving back. So we're talking about Mercury and Cancer. Okay, so now we're gonna go to Mercury and Leo. These motherfuckers is the ones that's up and the ones that want to make sure they can these are like your rappers. These are like your people that like have that star quality when they open their mouth and talk. Like when they open their mouth and talk, people are listening, period. When they open their mouth and talk, people are listening. They're great writers. They may write about conquest and things that they conquer in like their poems, or at work, or however it expresses itself. But they're writing about their wins, baby. They're writing about their pride and who they are, and who they are as a self. As a individual person. Like, this is something, they may talk about themselves a lot. Mercury and Leo people may talk about themselves a lot. They may be like, well, girl, I did this, I was doing this, and it seems sometimes like it can be coming off as bragging, but they're really not bragging, they're really just full of themselves. They're really just full of themselves, and it's okay. Because in knowing yourself, then you know that you're a person that's like that, and there's nothing wrong with it, because that's who you are. That's who your soul chose to be this life. So there's no reason for people to be like, oh, well, we can't stop people from being like that. But there's no reason for you to start feeling bad or, whatever, because you be talking about yourself and shit. It is what it is. You're going to talk about yourself. You're going to think about yourself a lot. And you're also going to think about, like, kids. You're going to probably, like, speak really, like, fun, like really fun, really animated. Kids probably love you, even adults love you because you don't let it get boring. Like, when we're having our conversations, like, you don't let it get boring. Like, you keep it popping, you keep it up, you keep it, good vibration. Like, you're like the star at this shit. Like, motherfuckers like, damn, this motherfucker really is a great speaker. This motherfucker really know how to speak really goddamn well. Like, this is crazy. The Mercury and Gemini and the Mercury and Leo will get up and rock the fucking show. They'll rock the fucking show. And people will be like, damn, that was lit. Like, that was lit, man. We're here. We're in it, because these people are keeping it hype. They're keeping it interesting. They're keeping it creative. Like, they may just, be great with penmanship as far as, like star quality writing. They could ghostwrite songs. They could, ghostwrite movies, plays, all of this. Like, penmanship crazy. And just has like that it factor. They could write children's books, Mercury and Leo. They could write children's books. They could be someone who is helping to, like just communicate things to children. To stay fun, to stay creative, to stay fresh. They can write romance novels because Leo is all about romance as well. And it's all about like that kind of like player vibe and player energy where you like, yeah, I don't got no problem with getting nut, I'm good, boo. You good? Like, how you feeling, boo? Like, let's vibe, let's have fun, like, let's be like on the not superficial, but like on the surface of like a love affair type of thing. Leos, they're very loyal and they're very loving, and their energy is very loyal and very loving, but it's also very like, it's also that energy too, like that side of romance where it's just fun, it's just fun. And so these people could be like your, kind of like your Casanova type of people, because they just know what to say, like to get that like it factor moving. Like they know what to say to make them shine, and then also in turn make you shine, because what they just told you, you like, oh, okay, well, yeah. Mercury and Leo. Okay, so these people, they're definitely some great speakers. People who definitely can get the party started and take it all the way through, because Leo is a fixed energy. So it's definitely here for a purpose. Anytime you see Leo anywhere in the chart, or a fixed sign anywhere in the chart, it's definitely there for a purpose and to follow through with whatever it is that their energy is asking it to follow through with. So Mercury and Leo are going to be your people who follow through with conversations, your people that follow through with thoughts. They're going to have an idea and they're going to bring it to the forefront. They're going to stick with it so that it can do that, okay? Where are we? Mercury and Virgo. I don't know if I missed anybody. I don't think I did. Okay. Is somebody at the door? Hold on.